the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I make, so will I do unto thee that shall be desolate on Mount Seir.
That's why the Lord is going to give us that's why the Lord is going to give us Esau's land. You don't want it, but the Lord is going to give it to us anyway. Why? So you Edomites can feel how it is to have nothing. So we're going to take your Mount Seir, your precious Mount Seir, and have you living wherever the hell. You'll wander. That's why I said, let him be a vagabond, and let him be go back to Genesis. Finish that up, and then somebody give me Genesis, the 4th chapter.
And all Idumea, even all of it.
And all Idumea. Idumea is the Greek word for Edom, man. So all you Edomites, contrary to popular belief, Bubble Eyes, talk about 5 Edomites is going to make it into it.
And they shall know that I am the Lord.
This is Genesis 4 and 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
A fugitive is a man who has not paid for his crimes, and a vagabond is a wanderer, man. Just wandering all about.
It says, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Yeah, why? Because at that time, man, you walk around here, you got leprosy, man. Everybody on the earth at that time had pigmentation. You see a freaking albino walking by, you like, yo, I'm gonna burn this nigga. I would do that. Back then, I would be like, oh, word?
Today, in Africa, when they have the albinos, the Africans don't like them.
Yep.
They try to kill them. Sometimes some of them try to eat them and take their body parts and say that this is serious.
And be wild, man.
And they'll take their body parts for medicine and everything like that, but they don't like them. You know? So even nature itself, when an animal look different from the rest of the animals, he look white. They shun him. They shun him.
And he can't hunt.
Yeah.
If a lion is an albino lion in the jungle, and he's in the bushes, and he's hiding from a wildebeest or something, the wildebeest is gonna see him because he's not camouflaged into the surrounding. All animals are camouflaged into their habitat so they can hunt. That's why a crocodile matches a log, or so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's why Esau got an albino reservation in Africa, man. They got an albino reservation where they blocked off and let the albino animals just play and frolic or whatever, because the other animals will kill them. They become extinct, basically.
You see, now why aren't you Jake saying like that, man? Now, I'm gonna say this though. I was about to say, now why aren't you Jakes like that? But I'm gonna say this until the time of the end, because you might kill it, because you Jakes don't know how to discern shit. You think a guy like John Travolta is an actual Edomite. That's why it says let the tares and the wheat grow together. You know what I'm saying? What you got? Pass it on to somebody else. Come on up here, man.
Isaiah 34 and 5. For a sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Yeah, that's right. So that's talking about Esau. And the sword being bathed in heaven represents nuclear destruction here at America. Alright? Because America's going to be destroyed in the nuclear holocaust. Alright? And the heaven is talking about the so-called white man's heaven. His rulership. Alright? They got this little white boy talking about he's seen heaven. Alright? Yeah, you white people looking at heaven every day, man. Heaven is a state of rulership on earth. All right, I don't even think who the hell want to see that movie, man? That bullshit movie, man. So I've seen heaven. The little white boy talking about he's seen heaven, and in the commercial it's like a ball of light coming like this little cracker. You know, the white man try to act like the Most High is dealing with him, man. Most High's not dealing with you white people, man. You Edomites. First of all, you an Edomite, nigga. And the day you see heaven, the day you white people see heaven, you're gonna be in fucking chains, man.
Right.
Serving black people in slavery. That's heaven, goddammit. Little cracker, you ain't seen heaven yet, man. You have not seen the kingdom of heaven yet. Alright? You guys better enjoy this bullshit society that you got today.
Yeah, please do.
Oh yeah. Do it up.
Luke 16 and 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen. He fasts spiritually every day. And there was
this is going into the parable of Lazarus. Okay? And the rich man. Read that again from the top.
There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen.
Yeah, there was a certain rich man clothed in purple and fine linen. That's parabolic to the so-called white man. Alright? Because the so-called white man, he's in today's society, he's a rich man. The elites of this society, they got everything, man. Alright? So you got these other crackers who are on the lower class, but they still doing okay.
Yeah, they are.
Alright? They still doing okay, man. They're not worried about where their next meal is coming from. Let this bullshit go by, man. Yep, so read that again.
There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen.
Yeah, that certain rich man is talking about you so-called white people. Because all you white people got money. Alright? You so-called white people, you got it going on, man. This is your heaven. You live in the best places on the earth, man.
Read and fared suspensionally.
You said what?
Hold on, read that again.
And fared substantially.
Read it from the top.
There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, who fared substantially every day.
You know what that? I got you. This is Revelation 17, verses 3 and 4. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication.
Yeah, that's talking about America, man. That woman represents America. And who rules America? The so-called white man. Alright? The so-called white man, he has control over America. Not that fucking puppet in office, man. That you call Barack Obama. Alright? He doesn't rule a goddamn thing. He has no say-so whatsoever. Alright? On what he's gonna do, man. He takes orders from the so-called white man. Alright, Barack Obama don't have no type of power whatsoever, man. I know that breaks you so-called Negroes' hearts to hear that your president, Barack Obama, don't run a goddamn thing. But that's the truth, man. He takes orders, and if he disobeys any orders of the elites, they'll assassinate that nigga, man. Alright?
Luke 16 and 20. There was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores.
Yeah, so that certain beggar whose name is Lazarus is talking about Jake. Talking about you Negroes, you Hispanics, and you Native Americans, man. Alright? Because here it is, you're here in America, in the so-called white man's kingdom, begging for crumbs. Alright? Trying to get a job. The last one hired, the first one's fired. Alright? All up on his welfare system. Okay? Living all in the ghettos and public housing and so forth. Going all up in them soup kitchens. Okay? What are you doing? You begging the so-called white man for some type of opportunity, man. So Lazarus represents the children of Israel.
And desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Yeah, desired to be fed with the crumbs that fell from the rich man's table. Alright? So you niggas will take whatever you can get from these devils, man. Alright? Here it is. You Jakes, we poor, man. Our people are poor in this society. So we take whatever jobs we can get just to get by, man, just to make it. You got a scripture?
Goes right with that.
Yep.
Revelation 12 and 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into a place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent.
Yeah, that place is talking about America, all right? Because hey, our people served slavery here in America, and the so-called white man, they had to take care of us, man. Because in order to have slaves in a society, you can't just let them die, starve to death. You got to take care of them, man. You got to feed them, you got to clothe them, all right? In order for them to be sustained enough to work for you, man. And the so-called white man, he basically fed you crumbs, man. All of the slop and all of the bullshit, man. The chitlins, the fucking all of the pig feet, pig ears, catfish, all of the bullshit, the crumbs that he didn't want anymore, man. That's what the so-called white man gave you Negroes. All right, he didn't have you sitting up there in a big house in Master's house eating at his dinner table. All right, having a feast. You wasn't enjoying a feast. Whatever was left over, all the crumbs and all the bullshit. That's what Master gave you niggas, man. All right, was more on that. That was a point on that.
Yeah, that was.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores, and it came to pass that the beggar died.
Yeah, moreover, the dogs came over and licked his sores. The dogs represent the other nations. All right, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabs, the Africans, okay, the Hawaiians, the Samoans, East Indians, all right? Because what are they doing? They out there profiting off Jake in the ghetto, man. All right, the Chinese man got his business set up in a ghetto neighborhood. Arabs got their businesses set up in the ghettos.
Yep.
Going with them Arab chicken stores, okay? Going off with the regular corner bodega. All right, the East Indians got the liquor stores set up in your neighborhood, the 7-Elevens in the ghetto. All right, the Koreans got the laundromats. Okay, they got the little Korean grocery stores, fruit stands and so forth. All in the ghetto. You Negroes and Hispanics don't own a goddamn thing. So they just profiting off of you, man. All right?
And it came to pass that the beggar died, was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died, and he was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and saying, see if Abraham afar off.
Stop it. Read up again, read up a verse.
And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in
Go back
torments.
to where the poor man died and went into
And it came to pass that the beggar died, was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Yeah, and that represents the transitioning of the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, Jake going into the kingdom. All right, because the white man's heaven is the black man's hell. So basically, what you're seeing is the tables turning, and that's going to take place, man. Read on.
And the rich man also died.
And the rich man also died. Read.
And he was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham afar off.
Now remember, the rich man represents the so-called white man. Now when he died, he was buried and being in torments. All right, so what does that represent? The so-called white man going into damnation, into slavery. You got a scripture real quick?
Yep. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yeah, the so-called white man has led you so-called Negroes, the whole 12 tribes of Israel into captivity. All right? Because in Jeremiah it tells you that the children of Judah and the children of Israel were oppressed together here in Babylon, man. All right, so we all went into captivity under the so-called white man.
That's the hell he woke up in.
Yup.
Captivity. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yeah, so the so-called white man tormented us, so he's going to be tormented, man. All right? So the black man's heaven is going to become the so-called white man's hell, just so you can understand. It ain't no getting along. It ain't nobody. We ain't going to be equal. We ain't going to come together as one big rainbow coalition. All right?
It says, here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Yeah, this is what we patiently waiting for, man. All right? That's what we patiently waiting for. We have faith that this is going to take place. This is going to transpire. All right?
And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment and seeing Abraham afar and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father